It's Mr. Glimmerway. Thank you. The new underground wave is bigger than people realize. Duty, shout out, Duty. Let's get it. Let's go.
I've been saying this whole thing for a while. Underground doesn't even mean what it used to anymore. Back then, underground meant hidden. No real motion, no real platform, no real reach, but still having these guys that said fuck everything else that's going on and brought their own sound to something that was very special over time. But now you got those same artists, right? Selling out venues, shutting down festivals, finding some way on Billboard 200, building cool fan bases, and creating some of the most passionate crowds we've seen in years. At Rolling Loud, for example. And it's just my honest
Damn, they
opinion.
get
That's
on the
not underground.
billboards
That's the
hard.
new divide, the new mainstream, forming in real time. And I seen what Academic said, and I feel like that's the missing point that he had. When he said there's no middle class in rap anymore, I somewhat disagree because the middle class didn't disappear. It just shifted. The attention moved to the new wave. And I'm seeing the mainstream in the industry still look at these artists like placeholders because they don't fully understand what they're looking at yet. But the fans do because the new gen built itself without that. Without the industry structure, no radio involved. There's a lot of artists that are signing, but we know that label push is not needed for the start at all. But we see time and time again more artists push to be more independent. And even some of the most popular artists right now are in distro deals. Their fan base do the work for them. Also, no mainstream cosigns required. The SoundCloud era, SoundCloud wave as you put it, 2016 to about 2018, right? They created their own ecosystem. And right now, you're just seeing a branch off from it. But it's a new form. These artists build fan bases through discourse, TikTok edits, underground pages, streamers, repost accounts, meme culture, YouTube clips and shorts, and these comms that genuinely care. That's why the support looks so different. People can catch on. It's not casual anymore. People don't just listen to these artists anymore. They represent them. They dress like them, talk like them, edit videos around them, travel to.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Trying to be like, nah, this is crazy. With the edge control shit, having edges, I ain't gonna lie. If you a man doing that, bro, you need to be checked out.
Go see them, throwing out random ass symbols with their fingers, defend them online like a fucking sports team. That's why we see all this music discourse going around, surrounding the underground, comparison after comparison. I mean, there's a reason for that happening. That's why these shows feel different. And even Roll Loud just exposed that to everybody. People try to downplay this scene like it was some tiny niche internet wave, right? But then those same artists been touching the same festival stages.
What is your, thoughts on the current underground and, the new music, things that you're liking, things that you're not liking, and just even advice?
I don't not like nothing. But the new underground, bro, it's like at a level that where these kids superstars, like I feel like we doing them a disservice calling it the underground. Like these kids superstars, and like you see Ness been on tour, like Ness been performing, like it look like performing in like big capacity venues, like no little kid venues, like these kids, they superstars, bro. Like we need to, cause when we was the underground, like I mean it was like the gold rush in like 2017 when they started signing people, like but at first nobody was getting paid from that. Like these kids is like millionaires, like going into it, like in a way that probably hinders some of them because it's so early.
And you can see this shit for yourself. People are saying this. The energy look bigger than half of the mainstream acts that people have been forcing for
Definitely
years. But the
different,
people
man.
that have been paying attention for a while and supporting these new artists, right, weren't shocked at all. This has been happening. The quote-unquote underground, as you put it, has been building one of the strongest systems in music, but support system for the last 3 to 4 years. The difference now is that the rest of the industry is finally seeing it publicly. You can't call these artists underground forever and building this unnecessary ass barrier when they're charting here and there, right? It might not be a global hit around forever and building this unnecessary ass barrier when they're charting here.
That nigga really got a song going. That's
Right?
hard.
It might not be a global hit or some shit like that, or a song that's on the top 100. That's very rare, but it's definitely a thing where they're qualifying on the Billboard 200 with their albums. They're also touring and selling out small to medium-sized venues. That's way better than 75% of what the mainstream scene is at right now in terms of middle class. Those guys is off the hook now. Academic said it himself. He don't even know where those guys is at. They can't sell. They asking for too much money for Rolling Loud, knowing that they're not at that place no more. Just doesn't make sense. The new rising up-and-coming rappers filled in those places for the younger audience and bring newer eyes. Guys who run these big festivals, right? I can see why they will book a newer artist, fresh, who got a small, medium-sized spark going on for himself, where you can definitely see his support base and how strong it is, and knowing for a fact that he's going to bring in some pull. Of course, I'm going to cut off half of what I was going to spend on this artist that's not as high anymore, who has this crazy-ass ego, and his pride is too strong to.
Oh my god, dude. Did y'all see, bro? What is, bro? I guess it's better now.
On this artist that's not as high anymore,
But that shit was looking spooky the first time I had seen it.
who has this crazy ass ego and his pride is too strong to just dumb down the price and perform and give a decent show, but I could bring a newer artist in where their support base is way more visible than yours though. And when he get on that list, the fan base gonna eat that up. And you watched all his other shows, his other tours, the raw clips out there on TikTok, different platforms and shit like that, and seeing the kind of wave and energy that he brings to the table when it's time to present. And you got people out there doing the 10K to 20K range. And then you got the bigger artists like Ken, Yeet, Lone, that's touching that mainstream layer. Lone was nearly at 40K. Look at what Ken is doing right now. 50 and 60Ks, qualifying for Billboard, selling out merch, headlining growing festivals. But just look at this branch off that we're seeing. The top 10 on every set.
The power to save lives is within you. Donate plasma and get paid for your time.
I've always loved exploring someplace new, which is why I like Google Fi Wireless. They've got more high-speed data
Section are quote-unquote underground artists, as y'all put it. And what they did recently was a moment for the culture. At some point, the label just stopped making sense. And honestly, I think we're reaching that point where we need a new term. Another thing that people overlook is influence. A lot of these sounds, aesthetics, visuals, editing styles, production trends, vocal styles, fashion movements, and internet slang, the mainstream, as you put it, is reacting to the underground right now. Not the other way around. And I know y'all finna say, well, they're just copy and paste from the mainstream guys, or the people that popped off in the SoundCloud wave. What do you think those SoundCloud rappers are doing now? Or the rappers that popped off from 2016, what do you think they're looking at? I just spoke to my homeboy about this. When guys talk about Uzi or Cardi or Thug, right? Guys gotta realize they've been watching this scene very closely. They ain't chasing old mainstream formulas. They see where the wave going. You got Thug reforming YSL with fresh energy, signing artists like Teezus and Diamond who bring yin and yang. Diamond give you that smooth, groovy feel, while Teezus come in with that raw, aggressive energy. And it doesn't matter if it's on paper or not, because this the same guy that had his eye on Nine Vicious in his earliest days. Even if he not signed on paper anymore, the main thing that Nine talk about is YSL. He slime. He hate Thug here and there, but he love him. And just looking back at the vision that Thug had for Nine was crazy. And yes, I get it.
Shout out to Thug, shout out to Cardi, shout out to, well, we're gonna see what Uzi do with his label, but shout out to these niggas who tapping into the younger people. You can't be signing these random ass niggas, bro. Niggas from your city and shit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with a nigga from your city. They just gotta be hard, you know? Like, you know what I mean by niggas from your city? Like, sometimes you, like, how they used to say with Uzi, like, some of the artists he probably was trying to, you know, push was like, the artist he was trying to push wasn't, like, related to him, I guess. I don't know how to explain it, but I guess some of the artists, like, early, I don't know, like, sometimes a nigga will go sign somebody that, like, it just don't fit the brand. Like, Thug, what Thug doing with Teezus and what he doing with Teezus and Diamond, like, them two niggas, that's like Motap, they more the newer wave, you know what I'm saying? They more the newer people, they more the newer wave. Those are people that's gonna keep the brand going. Ken Carson, Troy Long. These are people that people listen to now. He can't go sign some random nigga nobody care about no more. You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep the brand going.
And Ken did some work behind this. Look, I did some work behind this. But don't forget, Thug still considered.
Oh yeah, Nine. He signed Nine. I know they had the little issues, but he's still rapping it. You know what I'm saying?
Signed to YSL. No matter what way you put it, his first year of having a spark, he's already at Rolling Loud. Had one of the best sets,
like
and his crowd was out of control. Thug keep those guys around. He's already at Rolling Loud. Had one of the best sets, and his crowd was out of control. Thug keep those guys around. He got old way. He know where the spark is coming from. Same with Cardi and YBL.
Yeah, even look at Thug old like crew. Got it. Oh yeah, Saint 1300 Saint. Yeah, he do got him on the team. Hold on, who is the older crew? Gunna. We know the situation with the Gunna situation, so obviously that's no more. That was the best artist he ever signed. We all know that. I don't think he gonna get an artist gonna. I mean, we can see what Nah do, but nah, he not past Gunna, bro. Get the fuck out of here. That's OD. Gunna was OD. That's 99 overall right there. That's her boy. Hold on. Got It, Key, Lil Key. Who else? Who else Thug really had around? We had a couple niggas, but you just niggas really paying attention nowadays. 13 on the Saint, Teases, Dior versus You, ain't he part of Thug too? Or nah? But you know, I know it's a whole different situation. But yeah, and Diamond. Like niggas listening to the newer niggas, they not really checking for the older niggas. If we being real, try to keep it real.
Ain't even gotta bring up much. Let's just talk about attacking this tour. Half the people on the stage was so-called underground, but people don't realize, yo, that's intentional. Every other week on that damn tour, we seen a new artist popping on stage, and those same artists are booking at Rolling Loud, getting major deals for themselves, signing distros, and making their own heavy spark. I mean, shit, look at Uzi. Every other week or every other month, he's showing love to somebody in the scene. He done got his own label now too. He know what's up. They just tapping in with the same energy that built them. Those same guys I just named don't even look at the middle tier acts at all, because what they got building in the scene right now is
Lil Baby co-sign.
guys I just named don't even
Straight starting no ops, okay. Ain't he with Thug too though?
look at the middle tier act.
Lil Baby really got 13 on the Saint. What the fuck, Lil Baby reposting 13? Lil Baby music don't even sound like these niggas, bro. You do need to get some more young heads in there. You probably need to get. Maybe he should be the nigga signed Glock 40, right? Right? I mean, in my street, right? I look at Lil Baby street. Hey, I don't know. What y'all think?
At all, because what they got building in the scene right now is already moving the culture forward. The future isn't the old middle class, it's right here. And these new artists don't need mainstream validation. Y'all remember that time where Ack hated Ken Carson? He said, what the fuck is this? This Cardi clone, get him out of here. Now that same guy is headlining Rolling Loud. That same guy that was under a fucking tent at Rolling Loud is a damn headliner last minute because of Yo Boy dropping.
The tent stage is hard, bro. I feel like that's legendary. That's a legendary like set spot right there. Like the tent spot. Y'all can't hate on the tent spot. The tent spot hard. I ain't gonna lie. Tent spot hard. That's legendary. Like I would never have a complaint performing at the tent spot. Tent spot too hard, bro.
Now, these same artists that people try to downplay, bro, are building entire movements. And of course, I know that Rolling Loud has always been somewhat still underground. It also started as underground. But the CEO said it himself. It's a new beginning, a new...
$10 for a large, $10 for any 3 toppings, $10 for your choice of hut crust, only at Pizza Hut.
A new era, and that whole recent list definitely had a majority of the scene. We haven't seen anything like that in a long time. Every year there's about like 3 to 4 artists, okay, cool. But this year was totally different. The whole flip side happened. That's why I feel like people are so disconnected. They look at these new artists and say, who are these people? What does this sound? Why are they so big? This is just a copy and paste. And they only say that because the culture moved online faster than traditional media. The new generation discovered their stars without blogs, radio, television, and by the time media mainstream figures realized that was happening, these same artists already had thousands of fans waiting outside venues. That's why these moments matter so much. Rolling Loud wasn't just a festival set. It was right in our faces game. Proof that these fan bases are real. Proof that the underground isn't temporary anymore. Because a lot of these artists are just getting started. There's dudes out there still calling Yeet, Ken Carson, and Lone still underground. Well, they gotta sell out arenas for them to be mainstream. What middle class rapper is selling out arenas right now? Who's doing that anyway? The people that y'all call underground rappers.
Middle class? I guess he right. I guess he right. I would say YB the only mainstream nigga who really selling venues that I can think of. Cardi, yeah. Cardi's stuff was nice. But yeah, YB, I think he the only one. Chop, stop looking at me, bro.
Rappers are doing more than those middle class rappers when they do book an arena or a medium sized venue. Bro, you're not gonna tell me that Osama Sun is underground when he just sold more than that first week just based off of streaming. Bro, just go look at their last performances. Look at Rich the Kid crowd and look at where 9 is at. You're not gonna tell me that Ness.
Hold on. Oh, I was saying shit look the same, but it do look a little empty back there. It's Rich the Kid crowd. Nah, shit was crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, Rich the Kid. What does Rich the Kid do? His last song he had that was really like popping for Carnival, and that was what, a year or two ago. I mean, no offense, my nigga. Like, it's just obviously, you gotta keep it going. Otherwise, things slow down a little bit. At least he had nighttime. You can say
Bro, just go
y'all
look
can
at their
see
live
it.
performance.
No,
Look at Rich the Kid crowd. And look at where Nine is at. You're not gonna tell me that Nesman is just deep underground, gang. He just sold more than Jack Harlow first week. It's Jack Harlow. These were huge artists for the
facts.
middle class tier in that mainstream category. Yes, that
These
was the
niggas
thing.
cooking
Osama
up.
San even sold more than Offset recently.
Osama-san has sold more first week than Kodak Black, Ty Dolla $ign, and Offset in 1 month is insane, bro.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, that's OD. Bro, okay, first of all, nah, that's crazy. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Nah, that's crazy, that's crazy. Damn, that's tough. It's blame the mainstream fans, man. They not loyal, man. These people don't care. They are fucking casuals. Mainstream fans are casuals. Underground fans are loyal. They will listen to their favorite artist. You can count on an underground fan to bump your music over a mainstream listener. They're not gonna listen to it. If you ain't got no hit, they don't want to listen to it. Mainstream fans are fucking casuals. Disguised as wannabe fans.
Taking over. If you have a cult following, they will show out for you, bro.
Facts.
Okay, they will.
This underground niche, as you put it, has created its own mainstream. Some of these guys are becoming the new faces of a whole different
I'm surprised they
scene.
didn't get Uzi that headline though. Uzi could have got a headline too though, low key.
People that have been early to the scene, the pages, the streamers, the editors, photographers, curators, and the fans, they already seen this coming. Now everybody else is finally catching up. And people seen that, and it became a huge combo surrounding Rolling Loud. But yeah, I'm done, Champ. Let me know how y'all feel about this whole thing, man. Am I just talking? Do I have a point? What do y'all disagree with? Anyways, make sure to follow my Twitch and my IG right now on G Duty. I love y'all so much. Y'all stay blessed. Peace.
Hey, they could have gave Yeet the headline too though. He could have headline too though. He wouldn't have been too bad of a pig either. He pretty dope.
You're invited to a new
The underground shit turned to what the rock scene looked like in the 70s, 80s. It's young, loud, and in your face. It defines what people used to think music is. The old heads hate it and think it's terrible. Is your raw, loud, definitely proves a point. Times change and catch up. Videos like this make me even hungrier. That's what I perform at Roll Out Festival one day. So off top, we can't deserve that head Rolling Loud spot. I feel like Cardi passed Georgia Ken. This Rolling Loud true. I feel like Cardi purposely didn't play new music to get Ken in the spotlight. He was alright. Respect. Shit, I didn't like Ken more than Cardi. I mean, nothing wrong with that at all. Ken hard. After his new album, I feel like he'll do more shows. Like Roll Loud. Alrighty. Just gonna do it for me like I'm square.